This is welcome to the first class, and what we will be doing is touching bases about this class. I'll introduce myself. You'll come to know what are the ground rules, how you will be graded for this class. Also, we'll be discussing academic integrity. I'm sure you must have heard this term a lot this semester because there's a lot of emphasis in the university about academic integrity. We are going to discuss what is the design philosophy for construction law, or what are the learning objectives that you would be expecting, and then, but obviously, what are your expectations? You have come here with some set of expectations, and I have come here with some certain other set of expectations. So I'll be discussing my expectations and your expectations, and then we'll start launch off directly into construction law. So, a bit about me, some of you know me and some of you don't. I've been in USM for the last 3 years as an assistant professor, and before that, I was working in the industry for some time, and before that I was at college. So I did my master's and PhD from Virginia Tech. I'm a registered architect in India, and my research areas are in the areas of sustainability of built environment, building information modeling, and how people and why people make certain decisions with regard to the construction industry. Now, we'll discuss what are the ground rules. Now, these ground rules are relevant to both the face-to-face students and online students. So, first of all, communication is the most important thing in this class. If you're sending me an email, it should be through USM email address. If it is not from a USM email address, I am not going to respond to your email. If you are an online student, you will use the title as BCT. In your subject email, it has to have BCT underscore 478, that's the class number, underscore whether you're online, so you put online, and then underscore then the subject, what you're talking about. Face-to-face subject, students will use BCT underscore 478 underscore face-to-face, that's F to F, I'll write it down. These are the subject lines that are, and this is explicitly mentioned in the syllabus too. So, if you are a face-to-face, and then your subject line would be, for example, you want to schedule a meeting, so you'll write scheduling a meeting. And the online students will use BCT 478 underscore online, and then they'll write whatever the subject is. If any email is not following, any email subject line is not following these guidelines, I'll not respond. So, it has to be from the USM email address, and the subject line has to be this way. Any questions about this? Good. Why I do it? Because I'm teaching 180 students this semester, and it's very imperative for me to understand where you're coming from, whether you're an online student, or whether you're from law, or any other class that I'm teaching at, or where should I put this response as? Now, also, use of electronic equipment. How many of you have a cell phone? All of you, yes. How many of you have iPads? All of you, most of you, some of you. And you're all sitting in front of computers. So what I'm expecting is when you are with me, you will neither be using a cell phone, nor an iPad, nor any of the computer devices that are in front of you. If you do, then I'll ask you to leave the class. So it's very important that you do not use any kind of electronic equipment unless I ask you to do so. Class participation and Blackboard. Class participation is very general for face-to-face students that I'm expecting you that you would read things in advance and participate in class actively. Blackboard discussion is relevant to both face-to-face and online students. You would both be discussing, completing discussions in Blackboard, and so like discussion 1 has already been launched, so I expect you to participate in that. Online students will participate by watching videos, and I'll keep a track of how many videos have you watched, how many hours have you spent on Blackboard, and that way you will get a certain grade for class participation. The next is attendance. There is an attendance policy for face-to-face students. If you have 3 consecutive absence, you get a grade drop. If you have 5 or more than 5 absence, you get a grade drop. So you can't afford absence in this class. For online students, same way. If you don't watch online videos, I have a way to track it. You will be penalized for not watching the class videos. It's just like face-to-face are expected to come to class. online are expected to watch videos. Grading. So as of now, you all have an A. Now it's up to you to maintain that A grade. And so one of the part is class participation. If you have access to your rubrics, 16% I believe of the grade is for class participation. Now this class participation can be gained by attendance for face-to-face, watching videos for online, actively participating on Blackboard. Another 44% of the grade is associated with tests. There are 4 tests. I'll give you the test schedule by next week. 4 tests for this class, each having 11% of the grade, and that will be around about every 3 weeks or 4 weeks you'll have 1 test. And then you have a writing intensive assignment. That writing intensive assignment is around 5,000 words. That's the minimum it has to be. It's as per the requirements of the university. So you have to submit a 5,000 word assignment, at least 5,000. It can be more than that, but not less than 5,000 words. The writing assignment, and it would be, I'm still formulating how and what I would be expecting you, but would be majorly related to construction law. And you are not, you will not be copying and pasting stuff. You will be synthesizing, reading, and putting it in your words. Now, does anyone know how many pages is 5,000 words?
Around 15?
About, yeah. 16. I would say depends on your word spacing, first of all. So if it's 1.5, is around 400. Close to that, 15 to 20 pages. So I'll be issuing it at the beginning of it, maybe in a week or two, in the next 10, 12 days, the assignment. And I'll be expecting you by the end of the semester, that's early December, to submit your writing assignment. You can meet in between with me to see how you're doing, to get a feed of it. But again, I would like you to meet in person. For face-to-face students, online students will submit it via email. I can look at that and respond within 3 to 4 days, given the nature of it. Then bonus points. I do tend to give bonus points, so it's up to you to make use of it. Generally, each bonus point is about 1% of the grade. I give around 2 to 3 points as bonus points. Now, this is a very important thing. That's academic honesty, and the university has been very, aggressive about it. There are subcomponents that we are going to discuss, and after this class, I am hoping that you will understand what are those subcomponents and make sure that you are not going to do any of, or you are not going to encourage or participate in any of those activities. So first is cheating. I hope all of you know that. So it can be copying from each other's work or giving your work to be copied. So copying is a subcomponent of it. And it is true in assignment, and it is true in tests. Plagiarism. Plagiarism is representing someone else's work without citing them. So if you read something in a journal and you decide to put it in your assignment without citing them, that's plagiarism. You you saw something interesting on the website, you copied and pasted without citing them. That's plagiarism. Because you are taking their credit and not giving them, you're taking the material without giving them the credit. So it's imperative that you avoid plagiarism. So a lot of you do it, not you, but a lot of students engage in it, so please avoid it. Falsification of documents is also part of it. Disclosure of test solutions. So since this is a class which will be in tandem, so you might decide in a way that someone gives a test ahead and you decide to share solutions. If there is a way I find out, the students fall into that category. Disclosure of test questions or solutions. So once you give your test, you cannot share the questions or the answers with your friends or peers. If you engage, then again, there's a problem. Submission of same term paper. So if I give you a term paper, you cannot use that solution for any other course. That's if you decide to do it, that again falls in academic integrity. Unauthorized academic collaboration with others. If you decide to pool resources to give tests or complete the assignment, that's again unauthorized use because you are expected to complete the thing on your own. And conspiracy to engage in academic misconduct or represent or subcomponents of academic integrity. Now what happens if you engage in any of these behaviors? Well, there are penalties for sure. First penalty is if I decide that if I have proof and if I find out that you are doing that, so first of all I can simply ask you to resubmit the work. Well, that's the simplest one. The second one is that you can receive an XF, that's a failure, but what that does is it shows on your transcript that you were a part of academic misconduct. When it is on your transcript, it does not look good for your future. It is always there. Also, if I find that repeatedly, you will be expelled from the university. So please be careful of any of the 6 items or subcomponents that I discussed. If you have ever confusion of whether that is a plagiarism or whether that might fall into any of these subcategories, come and talk to me. I'll be more than happy to talk about it. Any questions about this? Is everyone clear about it? Thank you. So, what will we be learning? What will we be learning in this course? So, what are your expectations? So, first of all, let me introduce you what the design philosophy for this course is. So, my intention is to help you attain the skills that are necessary for contract administration and construction contracts and legalities that are very important for you in terms of your future. And also, we'll discuss how the principles of construction law might impact a construction manager, because all of you would tend to become a construction manager at any point in time. So, the outcome of the course is basically to expose you to legal thinking in the context of construction through readings that would be up there, through reading the book chapter, case studies, and various exercises, and emphasizing what are the duties, what are the best practices and liabilities for stakeholders. So we'll be discussing all that, and hopefully that would be an outcome for you. So, what are the learning objectives? So first of all, what would you be learning from this course? First of all, you'll be learning to recognize and differentiate between necessary implications of primary contract clauses. Also, you will be able to identify construction management and best practices under construction law. Also, you would be able to critically evaluate construction disputes and based upon case facts and contract documents. So, what else would you be able to learn? You'll be able to demonstrate the ability to research, develop, and focus on legal topics for speaking and writing assignments. Essay assignments while presenting ideas in logical, organized, and coherent form. Since this is a writing intensive class, I'm expecting you to read a lot of material, spend some time understanding what is being said, and then write it in a manner that is coherent. So, you will be, for this class, needing some resources or some help in writing. I don't know how writing for each one of you is, but there is a lot of help within the university. For example, there is a writing center. In this semester, I'm going to try to organize someone from writing center to come and talk to you, but there is one in the library. On the first floor, there's a writing center. You can schedule an appointment. They'll help you review the document. So make sure that you visit it. I'm also going to invite someone from Writing and Speaking Center to come over here as a guest lecturer so that you can be aware of what is going to happen. And how can you make best use of the available resources within the university. And these resources are again available to both face-to-face and online students. Also, what you would be learning, the objective is to consider ethical issues involved in a construction project delivery. Now, how many of you remember what a project delivery is? Does anyone remember? Something? Okay. Why don't I ask each one of you, I'll start with Mr. Campbell over here, each one of you to tell me one project delivery. Yes?
Design build.
Design build. Chance?
Oh. Hard took mine. Just going to use design build, honestly.
I'll come back to you.
Okay.
Aaron? You don't know? Tyler?
Design bid build.
Design bid build. Brady? You have no idea. Joel.
Integrated.
Integrated what?
Uh,
What integrated? What's the full form?
I forgot. I just remember integrated.
Integrated project.
Matt?
Hard bid?
Pardon? Can you be louder?
Hard bid?
What's hard bid?
Like,
Is that a contract or project delivery?
yeah, yes.
Steven?
Still doesn't say integrated project design.
Design?
Yeah. Delivery.
Delivery.
Integrated project delivery, yes. Steven? Would you please come over here for a second? Yeah. And can you read your name tag?
There was it fell down.
So as a contract, it has to stand always. Keegan, you don't know? Then
Construction management.
management. Josh, is that a contract or a project? Eight. No. Bo,
Project management.
is that a contract or what project management?
Project management agreement.
You're close, but not. Bianca,
Owner bill or owner?
what's the difference between owner bill and design bill?
The owner is the one that is the main contact for that. He's the overall responsible.
Are you talking about post contract or post account? Owner is not the one that you're saying is probably. I'm thinking you're implying about post account. Alyssa, you don't remember. Jasmine,
Could it just be design by itself?
how would you deliver the project? Randy,
Project budget.
Lance,
Contract.
contract or project delivery?
Oh,
Delivery.
What?
Contract.
Which project delivery does multiple prime contract work best with?
What type of project?
Project delivery. It's a contract. What you're saying is multi-prime contract, but it works with a certain type of project delivery. Design bid bill?
Integrated project.
There's some problem, right? So first part, I expect you, all of you, to start looking into project deliveries now. Go back, start looking at project deliveries. Because this is important, because you're reaching 400 level and aren't remember project delivery. So, I asked you to do it, right?
Yeah.
Start looking at project delivery. I'm going to ask you again, coming Tuesday, different types of project delivery. Okay? Any questions?
Can you start back here next time because they took all of ours?
I'll start with Lance. How about that?
That'll work.
Unless you change it, unless Cameron decides to go over there.
I have your real good one.
Okay, yes, Keegan.
How many are there in total?
there's like
A lot.
seven, right?
There's
You
enough.
can go ask me. There are more than 7 for sure.
You ain't gonna know. Is that enough to go around the class, huh?
Yeah. At least close to 12 to 14 if you do your homework.
Budget, design.
How many of you have heard PPP?
Personal protective equipment?
That's PPE.
What'd you say?
PPP. 3
Oh,
Ps.
I didn't hear that.
Project.
Okay, anyway, so, huh?
You didn't teach that one in construction.
When I was teaching in 477, I used to teach that, but I stopped.
Oh, God.
This is not personal protection. Hey, you got one.
No, but project management, you would be learning that. 477. You already took it, that's what I'm saying. It's 477, that should be taught. Because I don't know. So let's not blame over there and try to find a solution. Okay?
Public-private partnership?
Yes, sir. And then there are multiple types of sub-project deliveries within PPP. DBOM, DBO. So that's why I'm saying you can have multiple and multiple. At least 3/4 of the class can get one project delivery. That's what I want you to look at. Remember, I can ask you any way Best way, find a project delivery or find as many as you can for the next class. Okay, any questions? No? Good. Good. The smartest bunch I've ever taught. So, also, what other learning objective do we have? So, another one, which is a very important one with regard to the way how this course is being termed as writing intensive, it's very important that you demonstrate the ability to use English, grammar, punctuations, and spelling and usage. So, might seem as simple or not that important. For the writing assignment, which is 40% of your grade, this is going to play a very important role. So for that, writing center is very important. Understanding how to use MS Word. How many of you know you can think that you can use MS Word in a very effective way? How many of you know? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I'm expecting you to do. Anyways. So please do remember that I'm not a lawyer, as I told you, and I'm not expecting you to become one in this semester. What I'm trying to help you with is to learn how and when to have a higher lawyer for the future. Okay? Any questions? No? So as a student or as an instructor, what are your expectations from me? Because you are coming here with a certain set of expectations. So if you send me an email, I'll respond in 72 hours. If you do not hear from me, please do send a second email. There's a probability I might have missed, forgotten, or it just went to my junk mail. So if I don't send you a response within 72 hours, please do follow up. Most of the times I do tend to respond in 48 hours. So if I haven't responded in 72, that means something is wrong. So you'll resend me the email and send me on this, sandeep.langer@usm.edu. It's up there on the syllabus. And as I said, I'll provide a written feedback on your submittals in a timely fashion. If you decide to submit to me, I'll give you any feedback. But please do give me some time to review it. Now, what are your modes if you want to meet me outside the class? Office hours, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 to 4:30 p.m. 2:15, sorry, that should be 2:15 to 4:30 p.m. after this class, or schedule an appointment. That's how you can meet me. If you can't make Tuesdays and Thursdays, then you schedule an appointment. Also, if you come up, I'm always, I keep this offer to all my face-to-face classes that I'll take you to coffee if you want to have one, and it's on me. So if you want to have a cup of coffee with me, drop by my office at these hours, and I'll take you out. In return, I'm expecting you to contribute or tell me how I can improve the class or anything that can be helpful for improving the class. So if you have a recommendation, drop by my office. I'll take you to your Starbucks, whatever your favorite coffee is, and you'll give me your suggestions.
Well, what about beer?
Now that's for
And this is just for coffee.
Okay. No.
Irish coffee.
Regular coffee at Starbucks. Whatever is offered at Starbucks. How about that? Okay. Now, what are my expectations from you? Now, you are going to, these are some of my expectations. The first one is that you will make effort to answer the questions on your own. And if you are unable to find any answer, and only then would you contact me. It should not have happened that you just, if you had done a Google search, the first thing was the answer that you look for. It shouldn't happen that way. So the more times I hear these problems that have very simple solutions, or I see that you did not do due diligence, I will put you in that lower order because I have 180 students. I'm trying to work with each one of you. So please make sure that you have done your research, can't find a solution, and I'll be more than happy to sit with you to help you resolve the issues. Also, behave professionally when in the class, and if you are deciding to work in teams in terms of if I'm allowing you to work with someone for a research a case, because I'm going to put up multiple cases for you to read. And sometimes you might want, with my permission, to work with someone behave professionally in that case. Respect to the desires of someone who wants to learn. So if someone has a question, please raise your hands and I'll answer your question, but please make sure that you don't overdo it. Actively participate in the class blackboards and be prepared for in-class discussion. So what is the next in-class discussion going to be about? Project delivery. So you're going to be prepared for it next Tuesday. Okay? And so expect all for online students, I expect them to participate actively, review class videos and content regularly, depict ethics and rigor in writing the assignments. So when you're going to submit your writing assignment, which is worth 40% of the grade, please make sure that it's not plagiarized. Please make sure that it does not have grammatical errors. Please make sure that it is formatted in a manner that I'm expecting. Please make sure that it is prescribing to the word limit that I am expecting. Please make sure that it's professionally delivered. If it is missing in any of these categories, you might not get the grade that you are expecting. So as you know me, I'm a bit stingy on giving good grades, so you have to earn for it. Yes?
This paper, is it something that we can gradually build as the semester goes? Or
That's what the expectation is, that I'll give you the problem and the case, and you'll gradually work. It's up to you to decide if you decide to work on it one day before. It's up to you. Or you can work throughout the semester. But I'll give you enough time to work on it. But please remember, if you decide to work a day before, it generally doesn't work. Even for me, so yeah. Make sure that you attend the class regularly. Face-to-face students, at the end of the class, I'm going to open up the class roster and you'll park yourself present. That is how I'll keep a cap of how many absences do you have. If you cross 5 or if you cross 3 consecutive absences, you have a grade drop. So remember that. I'm trying to keep a track. And online students, I'm trying to keep a track by looking at your account and seeing how many videos have you watched and how many hours have you spent on the platform. And also, I always own my responsibility for errors, and errors happen. So if something happens from you, just own it, and you'll find a way to work around it. Because I'm not here to penalize you. Please remember that I'm here to help you. But I'll be able to only help effectively if you also are honest in this relationship. For your wonderful introduction, we have a full house here. What it means is we can have a Saturday evening a full band. We have a pianist, we have a singer, we have someone. If someone misses, we have a boxer too. So always take care. And we have some dinner too by 3 wonderful people who can fish, and someone who can fish with both hands too. So just please no offenses, I'm just trying to make it lighter. Anyways, let's move forward. Starting with Lance, can you tell me? I'll start from here and end with Mr. Campbell as you requested. Can you tell me a stakeholder within construction industry?
Owner,
Randy.
Architect, the company, or the building.
Steve.
Engineer.
Engineer.
Somebody already said architect.
Yeah. Is that all? Thank you. Keith.
Contractors.
Contractor.
Subcontractors.
Subcontractors.
Estimator.
Please. Okay. Yeah. Bianca.
They took off.
Subcontractor for framing.
Pass.
Pass. Jasmine.
Vendor.
Vendors. Yeah. Go.
Customer, do you want to? Customer.
Customer or owner. Yeah. Nick. Subcontractor for electrical. Josh. Material supplier. Or bondsman. Bondsman. Yeah. Surety bonds. Surety for company. Yeah. I'll pass. Come on, you guys are passing a lot. Brady.
He took my electrical one.
Kyle.
He got me with the bonds. I got
Kieran. Investors, yeah. Yeah. Asphalt. Do you agree if I just start with subcontractors, this whole class can come up with a different kind of a subcontractor? Come on.
You
If I
said
start,
subcontractor, that took one whole.
Yes.
If I said an engineer, can you come up with a different set of engineers? Lighting, acoustical, electrical, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, structural? Always think more. So anyway, so major categories. So you are a contractor. If you all decide to go into construction business and decide to open up a contracting company, do you think that there can be trouble with any of these people?
Yes.
Yes. How do you resolve apart from boxing with each other?
You can resolve in terms of negotiating it,
Taken to court.
or else take them to court. Okay? So, as our construction company has multiple stakeholders, the more the people are there are more potentials for problems, right? And there comes the whole issue of construction law. Now, law is supposed to be very simple, plain, straightforward, but again, it has its own interpretation and can get complicated very easily. Now, start off with a very simple joke. In a construction law class, the professor asked the student, if you were to give someone an orange, how would you go about it?
Hand it to him.
Huh?
Hand it to him.
Hand it to them. Any suggestions?
You ask what they want.
Okay, one more thing about this class. Whenever you have to ask a question or give an answer, what do you do?
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand. So you know why it's important. Do you know why it's important? Some of you do. Okay, let's play the game again. Some of you know about it. I want you, all of you, to think about a color and think it in your mind. And when I say 3, you all say that color out loud. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
Seven.
Good. Ready? What did Josh say? Which color did
Purple.
you? Purple.
Yep.
So now they say sometimes it doesn't work for me. Which color did Joel say?
Oh, yeah. Magenta.
Anyways, now you get the essence of it, why you have to raise the hand. So, how do you think the student got about it, saying that if he has to give an orange to someone, how would he go? Any suggestions? Someone said, here's the orange. So one option was the student said, here's an orange. Is there any other interpretation that you think that the student could have said? Any other way that the student, yes?
Ask the other student, would you like an orange?
Would you like an orange? Okay.
Or the orange at.
Throw the orange in. Any other interpretation of how the student can go about it? So the professor was vivid. And the professor said, no, think like a lawyer. Now, if you start thinking a lawyer and you have to give the orange, how would you think about it? Yes, Bianca?
Put it in the contract.
No, but you have to give it the orange to someone. How would you give that orange
First,
to
I read the contract saying that I'm physically giving them an orange that weighs this amount, that's this color. Then I have them sign it, and then I'll sign it, and there's some, yeah, that's how I do it. No?
Would you care to read it? What? Would you all agree with it? As a lawyer, you would say that I give and convey to you all in singular my estate and interest, rights, claim, title, and claim, and advantages of and in said orange, together with its right, juice, pulp, and seeds, and all the rights and advantages with full power to buy, cut, squeeze, and otherwise eat the same, or give the same away with or without the pulp, juice, seed, rind, anything before or after in any deed or deeds, instruments of whatever nature or kind whatsoever, contrary in any ways withstanding. So what does it specify?
That he basically gave them an orange.
That you basically gave them an orange. But it explicitly states the various forms in which the orange can be given.
Do I get partial credit for my answer?
You were close.
Okay, cool. That's all I want to know.
5 points.
And so it tells explicitly about the uses of the orange, who it's given to, what it can be done, and the use. So when you encounter law, it's supposed to be simple, straightforward, right? When you come up with a dispute, it's always fluid. It's perception. It's what I think I did, you think you did, and it's very fluid. And that's it has. You have a dispute. It's fluid, and then it has to fit in within the law, and then you have to have an outcome, right? Now, you would expect it to be straightforward, right? But within our industry, majority, I agree, are well-defined rules and facts, but at the same time, a lot of gray areas, and then also some complex legal determinations and procedures that are applied to facts. So you try to see, has there been an instance that establishes the precedents and which you can use as a precedent for future cases or for this cases. So if you go back, so the first one is well-applied rules, first chunk. The second one is there are some overlaps that can be yes or no, or you try to look at various precedents that have been done before. Now that takes to another question is, how many of you have purchased the book? Two of you. How many of you are going to purchase it within the next 1 week? Okay, good, because I expect you to do it then, because our readings start next week. So I highly recommend that you start reviewing the books.